I think it should be pointed out that the nature of games, um, I think that the nature of games is that they have a moderate level of unpredictability um, to them. So about 40 years ago, 50 years ago, um, psychology went through an era where they tried to become more scientific, and they reduced everything to input output, and they reduced everything to reward and punishment incentives. And then later on they had an experiment which sort of showed that this is not really how brains really work. Where they had an experiment with a puzzle box, and they had monkeys do the puzzle box, and they found that between two groups, where one group was rewarded for doing the puzzle box and one group was not rewarded for doing the puzzle box, the group that was rewarded actually uh, worked on the puzzle box less. They solved it more slowly. It was more, it was more. It worked better. The monkeys worked harder on the puzzle box if there was no reward than if there was a reward. And I think what it points to is that they're, animals and human beings have a drive, which starts with curiosity and continues with play. And the purpose of the drive is to learn to master an uncertain environment. And so it's rewarding when animals or humans, start with something which they're not certain about, and they play with it, and they experiment with it, they play with it, and then eventually they figure out how to get certain results in a more predictable fashion, such as like sort of starting off with ball games, or any type of game. You start off and you're not very good at it, and the more you play, the better you get at it. And there's a certain level of challenge. If the game is too simple and you know exactly what's going to happen every time, then it's not a game. It's not fun. People will hate it, and they will not engage with that. But people will engage with stuff that is uncertain and challenging.
Well, getting people to sign up in the union is uncertain and challenging for sure.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
I think that we have to make it sort of somehow a little bit easier. So that maybe the challenge on that one is more difficult than a lot of people will accept. That
Well,
people have trouble also when it's too difficult.
You would get a star every time you get somebody to sign up or something. You would be. I think acknowledgement is what I'm talking about, but I don't know what the reward would be other than that.